Hello and welcome to I Talk to Ghosts, the podcast that will keep you awake at night. You're welcome. I'm your haunted host, Jennifer, a spirit medium and a teller of ghost stories. And those ghost stories tonight have to do with sleep paralysis, which is often dismissed as a physical or psychological phenomenon. But some details in these stories just cannot be dismissed with that explanation. As you know, this podcast not only focuses on the spooky, but it also shares the spiritual. I have a new in-studio medium reading with my podcast guest, as well as something for you. I have a message from the spirits that could be yours. So join me later around my seance table. But for now, don't move. The sleep paralysis ghosts are ready to tuck you in right now. I've had experiences with sleep paralysis before, but this occurrence was different. My wife had taken the kids to her mother's for the day while I stayed home. Enjoying my day, I decided to take a nap on the living room couch. I was lying on my stomach, turned to the left, away from the sunlight of my living room windows. Around 2 p.m., I awoke, unable to move. And strangely, I felt that my right leg was slightly elevated. In all of my past experiences, I had found myself being held down by a dark silhouette. I would try to yell, but nothing would come out. I would panic and begin to pray, and then it would let me go and leave. This time, though, it was dragging me off the couch, and it was pulling my leg violently. And even in this well-lit room, I couldn't see what had me. I'm 33 years old and in good health, and I don't scare easily. But at that moment, I thought I was never going to see my children again. I truly thought this thing was finally going to kill me. I prayed that God would protect me, and I woke up on my living room floor. There was a handprint on my ankle. The handprint had 5 finger marks, like the hands of a man. My dog was outside, and he began clawing at the back door and growling like I've never heard him do before. I let him into the house, and he was snarling and baring his teeth, running from room to room, chasing something I couldn't see. But I swore I heard heavy footsteps on my wooden floor. I watched my dog chase this invisible thing out the still open back door to the corner of my yard. I blessed my home that same day, and I haven't had any trouble since. I live with my parents and younger sister. Lately, we've been having weird experiences in the house. Everything from creepy voices to shadow people to my closet door being opened on its own. My sister even once saw a small ghostly child run through her bedroom and out the window. I have been having sleep paralysis a lot. I kind of got used to all these things, and it didn't bother me much. However, there is one particular story I'd like to share that my brother and I experienced. As previously mentioned, I used to have sleep paralysis quite often. I've read about sleep paralysis, and it seems like it has nothing to do with the paranormal. True or not, every time I had nightmares during sleep paralysis, I would see a really tall shadow of a man wearing a hat. I have never seen his face, just a tall shadow. with big red eyes. One night, my brother was staying the night at my place, in my room while I was working the night shift. I was at work, but I was really tired, so I decided on my break I would take a quick nap in my car. I had a horrible nightmare, and I woke up sweating and breathing heavily. In this nightmare, I saw me and my brother in my car, and we were bruised and bleeding from a car accident. My brother was trying to help me come to consciousness, and in my back seat was the same tall shadow looking at us and laughing. The whole thing left me very shaken. As I sat there trying to calm down, my phone binged with a text notification. It was my brother, who should have been sleeping at this hour. I responded to his greeting with, "Don't tell me you just had a nightmare." He was stunned and told me, "Don't say a word. I'm coming to your office." When we discussed what he dreamt, he described the same nightmare and the same shadow person laughing. Both of us had the same vision, and we both woke up at the same time as well. My first experience with sleep paralysis was in junior high and has continued sporadically occurring throughout my life. The worst experience I had ever had happened after I graduated high school and moved into my grandfather's old house after he passed away. I had a couple roommates who were out for the day, and I decided to take an afternoon nap. I knew as soon as I shut my eyes, something was going to happen, but I never could have imagined how intense it would be. The music I had playing in my room began to morph until it was nothing but the sound of unknown voices screaming and crying in pain. I had fallen asleep on my side, facing a pair of doors that led into my walk-in closet, and those doors slowly began to creak open and give me a glimpse of the complete darkness inside, except for a pair of glowing ruby eyes staring gleefully at me. As the doors continued to open inch by inch, the piercing cries in the room intensified, and I was able to pick out the word hell being screamed repeatedly. I managed to force myself awake just before my closet doors opened halfway, and I wasted no time bolting out of bed to the safety of my front yard. Feeling the sun on my skin and seeing the neighbors' kids playing in the street had never felt so good. Do you have a personal ghost story you would like to tell me? I may share it on the podcast. Email me at speaknow@italktoghosts.com. Hello and welcome back to I Talk to Ghosts. My guest this evening is Jen. Jen, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. I am honored to do this for you. I really am. First thing I want to say is the person who's coming in is saying that they love your laugh. And it's the best thing in the world. And they just wanted to acknowledge that first. I don't know if that's particularly significant to you, but it meant the world to them when they could hear you laugh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Um, there's a female energy coming in for you
Hmm.
that feels really nurturing and taking care of
Hmm.
for you. She's showing me that she's sending you butterflies. It feels like someone older. She
Hmm.
she was showing me her teeth. She had very distinct, clean teeth.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yes.
Okay. She seems rather worldly in a she just liked a variety of things, and
Hmm.
culture in the world was important to her.
Hmm.
That also
Okay.
makes sense. Is this
Yes,
all lining up?
it is. Yes. My grandma, she had false teeth and she always would take them out, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. She would take them out a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty specific, isn't it?
I know.
And does the butterflies make sense to you too?
Yes, she had like butterfly like little trinkets sitting around a lot. Yes, yes. In like her house and
Oh,
in the windowsills and
okay.
stuff like that. Yes.
Did she wear glasses?
She did. Yes.
Um, I don't know if you're aware of this particular pair, but I'm seeing some
Hmm.
big glasses.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's in reference to the prescription
Hmm.
or she had big glasses.
I think, well, they always look big on her face for whatever reason. Yeah, they did.
Mhm. I was hearing Parcheesi. Did she ever
Parcheesi.
play Parcheesi?
She may have. I don't know if she played with me, but I know she did have a lot of board games in her house.
Mm-hmm. When you were younger, she's showing me quiet time,
Hmm.
like nap time, and
Yeah.
having like a stuffed animal. Like you have the favorite stuffed animal. To me, it looks like a little puppy dog. Like it's
Okay.
like time for nap time with puppy dog. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, it does. I had a little one. I did. I had a puppy dog and a cat.
And just like young enough for nap time, because I'm hearing like it's quiet time, and boy, is it quiet. It's
Hmm.
quiet and it's nap time, and it's really comforting and warm.
Right. Yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. How your family is being described to me, and the vibe of your family is sophisticated and
Hmm.
wild.
Yeah, we can. I don't know, sophisticated, but definitely wild. Yeah, definitely wild.
Your family knows how to dress,
Hmm. Oh, yeah. Hmm.
nicely. And like when I see that, I'm like, oh, this is sophisticated.
Hmm.
But at the same time, there's this wild, wild can be construed as a
Right.
negative
Yeah.
term, but no, it's a lively, loud, boisterous, like to have fun
Yes, yes,
type of
yes,
feel to it.
for sure.
Your grandma is saying that she is still there at the events.
Hmm.
She's showing me a lot of outdoor activity. It feels like
Okay.
you're always outside.
We are in the spring and summer. We are, yes, definitely.
I see a jar, like a big mason jar of either sea glass or seashells.
Yeah, we would go to Ocean City a lot. We would take the bus and go, and we would always walk the beach and do the seashell thing, and that was our thing. We would, take the Greyhound bus and go to Ocean City and collect seashells. Yes,
The zoo as well.
I guess definitely. I love the zoo.
And
Love it.
when I was seeing the shells, I was also seeing buttons.
Hmm.
Did she sew?
Yeah, she did.
You know how you end up getting all these buttons that you don't know what you're going to do
Oh my
with, but here
goodness.
they are.
Yes, she would sew them. Yes, that is so true. Yes. Oh my gosh.
She wants to lend you a don't worry, just do type of energy. Don't let one extreme pull you to the other. Be steady, know yourself, and try not to overthink and worry. Is the advice she's coming through
Okay.
for you right now? Does that make sense for you?
Yes, for sure.
No, she just wants to lend that shoulder of comfort Well, she thinks you're so strong, for one thing, and that you can handle anything. But if, you're a thinker and
Yeah.
don't let your brain get away from you, don't go down the worry path. We think it's the safe thing to do, but really it just works us up and it
Mm.
doesn't help, you know. So she really wants to just say, hey, don't worry.
Okay.
Take that deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There is a male energy that's coming in that seems very dedicated to tasks. Like he is a focused person. It would be hard to make him look up
Mm-hmm.
because he's so into what he's doing. Do you recognize this?
That may be my grandpa.
Was he married to her?
Yeah, he was.
It makes sense that he would come in after her. If you were going to be there, you knew
Mm-hmm.
what he was going to be doing.
Right.
And while he was doing it, it's just like, wow, you
Yeah.
cannot make him look up. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, totally. Well, he liked to gamble a lot, and he went and did the race horses all the time, and he was just very
Mm,
adamant about getting that money and just he did it a lot, even if he
focused.
very focused on yes.
And yeah, it was all about the dedication, like
Yeah,
committing. And when you keep coming back to it,
right.
that's when you'll get the payoff. You know, this
Exactly. Yeah.
was a very dedicated thing.
Oh yeah, that was his thing.
Oh, he also wants to tell you that you got this. I do not know particularly what's going on, but with these messages coming in,
Mm-hmm.
there's like, you've got this, you've got this. If you can, try to look at things brightly.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, be optimistic,
It's
and
okay.
just shine bright. They're showing me you generating all this light in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and keeping that close and just knowing yourself as you go along with things. I know you mentioned ocean shore. You must live on a coast. Now I'm hearing about crabbing.
My dad used to crab, but he's still alive. My dad would take us, and I think if I can remember back to my grandpa was with us when we did that. Yeah.
Are there blue crabs?
Blue crabs? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know either. But yeah, I'm seeing a low boat, and
Hmm.
I think boat is actually the first thing I wrote down, and then crabbing came afterwards. Let me ask you if there was someone else you were hoping would come in besides your grandparents tonight.
My mom's mom, who has passed very long time ago.
Okay, another grandma. I'm seeing old pictures of her.
Mm-hmm.
Did she like to dance?
Mm-hmm.
Almost like 20s era, 30s era type imagery,
Mm-hmm.
and that music. I
Okay.
love that music, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
Can you associate that with her as well?
I can. Yeah, she was a little Mexican lady, but she did really like old timey music. So yeah, that was my mom's mom. So I didn't know her that well because I was
Okay.
small when she passed,
Okay.
but yeah.
She was smart. I
Mm-hmm.
will tell you that. She was a smart woman. If she didn't have some kind of vocation in the realm of teaching, she should have, because
Okay.
she was smart, and she was really great at passing on what she knew. She was very generous
Mm-hmm.
with her knowledge.
Yes.
And she's showing me her reading you a book when you were little,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one of her favorite things to do, would be to either tell you stories or read books, or even do like a little bit of imagination play with you.
Okay.
She's showing me like a very imaginative side
Mm-hmm.
to her, but
Yeah.
also uh, flowers. She
Mm-hmm.
loved color and
Mm-hmm.
flowers. Do you have any memory of you picking flowers with her?
She lived in Texas, and she did have a little
Mm-hmm.
stream outside of her house. If I can remember, I think we would go out there and just hang out and listen, watch the stream, and do stuff with nature. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of
Mm-hmm.
resonates. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm hearing like a buzzing. It sounds like cicadas or something.
Mm-hmm.
Are there cicadas in Texas?
There are. Yeah, definitely they are. There are a lot of weird bugs in Texas. Yes. For sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
She is also saying you got this.
Mm-hmm.
You're capable of anything. You're capable of anything. Commit to the outcome. Where do you want to see yourself in 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
And visualize that and be it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I do have some messages that I wrote down for you too that I want to
Okay.
share with you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down, hang in there.
Yeah.
Prepare, keep going, build your confidence. Don't forget in life to be playful. We can't be serious all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're here to enjoy and laugh and play. Rely on your best relationships. That feels really important right now to
Mm-hmm.
like pull your friends close, pull your loved ones close.
Okay.
And also this nice thread of hope in here for you. It says explore new ideas this year.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Does all of that resonate for you?
It does. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me tonight. I want to ask you if you have a personal ghost story you'd like to share.
I do have a small one. Yes.
Listener ghost story.
Me and my girlfriend, Patty, this is about 1990s. We always played with the Ouija board. And her mom would always say that, oh, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. And we would play with it like all the time. You know, some people go against that, say, don't do that. But we did. But so I decided to just, you know, let's just show Pat's mom that it is real. So she went, I said, go upstairs, take a shower. And then when you're done getting dressed, just yell down. So about 25 minutes go by and we had the Ouija board and 25 minutes go by and she said, okay, I'm done. So me and her mom put our hands on the board and then, you know, we said, what is Patty wearing? And because we knew there was something in the house. And so, I don't know, give it about 3 or 4 minutes, it started to move and it spelled out A, tan wrap. I was like, what in the hell is a tan wrap? So I said, okay, come down the stairs. Let me see what you're wearing. And she had a tan towel wrapped around her. Wow. And her mom was just like, what? She ran out of the room and was like, oh my God, no. Right?
Oh my goodness. I totally have goosebumps.
I know.
Oh.
I mean, she totally played a trick on us. I said, just get dressed and just tell us. Because I was like, maybe jeans or something. And it spelled out a tan
Yeah.
wrap. I'm like, oh my God, something's up there watching her just with a towel around her.
Oh,
Right? Yeah.
So I have to ask, after that, did you all continue to play with the Ouija board?
I think we took a little bit of a pause on the Ouija board. Yeah. So, but then after that, we got to it. Yeah. And then one more quick story that we had. I was sitting with her on the couch. We were like best friends. So we just didn't watch a movie. And it was wintertime. All the windows were closed. And she had like a plant like sitting like in by her couch. And we saw a pluck of one of the leaves just pluck off, just like someone pull it. And then another one like plucked off. And then we were like, all right, this is okay. We both ran upstairs and just went to bed.
Oh my
So
goodness.
that house was
Wow.
haunted. So we never really knew what it was, but something was there. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Definitely interactive and cognizant, right? Wow.
Right? Yeah.
But those were good stories. Thank you so much for meeting with me tonight, too.
Thank you so much. It helped me a lot knowing all those things.
they are really there for you. They want to lend you support. And, with that message coming in about
Mhm.
laughter, I think they just want to hear you
Yeah.
laugh again, and let me leave you with their love, because they certainly want to give it to you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
You are so welcome. Would you like a free spirit reading with me and record your reading for the podcast? Sign up for your chance to be selected by visiting italktoghosts.com/guest. And as an added bonus, if you don't want to leave your reading up to chance, I'll let you in on a secret. There's a discount offer to book a private session with me, so you can book a date and time for certain. Visit italktoghosts.com/guest for more details. I can't wait to meet you. Hello and welcome back to I Talk to Ghosts. I have a message from the spirits this evening for you. So thank you for joining me around my seance table. Tonight I have with me comfrey or bone set. This is traditionally an herb used for spirit communication and divination, so I love to keep it close when doing this kind of work. Special note, do not ingest comfrey. It is for external use only. So what I like to do is clear my mind, ground and center, build my energy up, send it out there, call a spirit close. I have with me tonight 2 spirits, someone's grandparents. They are bringing in such love, so much emotional memory and support. The times that you had together when you were little, I'm seeing a lot of sprinkler activity. You must have loved that sprinkler in their yard, constantly begging them to run around in the sprinkler. It was just like a summer vacation being over at their house for you as a little kid. So much joy, so much fun, and it was the simple things. It wasn't these big, grandiose trips or lots of physical gifts or anything. It was just, when you look back at this, I think every dandelion you see, especially when they're those wispy puff of dandelion, you think of your grandparents. And as you grew up, and even now as an adult, you look back on the stories they told you or the stories you heard from other family members about your grandparents' life choices and the things that they experienced in their life, it really helped influence you to realize that the choices you make are important and that you should make choices in your life and navigate your life as you go, because you really saw that in them. And they are saying that you're so good at seeing the potential in things and examining it and deciding with that rather than deciding through fear or worry or what would be the best option to avoid the worst case scenario. Because life isn't about that. Life is about potential and what you want to do and exploring it and seeing it for what it is in that aspect, not in the way of what do I need to worry about? Should I not do this because of that? Feel the difference? Their message for you tonight. I feel like there is an ailing parent in the picture for you here. And there's a lot of, I don't know if this is causing it or if it's just going on at the same time. There's a lot of strife going on in the family as well, a lot of dramatic fighting. They are requesting that if you can, be that calming center for everyone, not to be emotionless. Is that a word? Not to be unemotional about it, but to use your emotion and guide everyone to come together with the love that is needed for this ailing parent. I think you'll understand this scenario. Don't get caught up in the arguments that are currently going on. Start with love, generate that within you, and pour that in, and just try to be that calming influence for everyone involved. Yeah, I feel like I was a bit of a fire hose with all of that, but sometimes all that information comes in the way it does, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. If this message connects for you, please reach out, because I would really love to know. And if you want to talk about it a little bit further, I'd be open to that as well. Always, always with the message from the spirits. Open door. Please contact me. Thank you. And with that, dear listener, we've reached the end of this episode of I Talk to Ghosts. I hope you've enjoyed the spirit work I shared with you this evening, as well as those chilling tales of sleep paralysis. Have you ever experienced something like this before? I would love to hear about it, so please reach out. In the meantime, wherever you wander off to in this world or the next, just remember, come back and visit with me. Have a lovely evening and good night.